Hello and welcome to the third Ferris Run of All YouTube video. If you recall, I had said that I was planning to do a Pack With Me for Dopey video, which did not materialize. And I did in fact record that video, but I just wasn't happy with it and I didn't really have time, obviously, to play with it, do it over again. So I decided it might be more fun to do an Unpack With Me video for Dopey. And I can go through the stuff that I have in my suitcase. I actually made it because I actually also made a bunch of changes last minute thanks to shifting weather patterns and rethinking my whole game plan. So it would have been largely inaccurate anyway. So yeah, we're gonna pick through what's in my suitcase and I can tell you a little bit about how I actually used it, and we'll have a good time, I hope. Let's get started. What's on top here? It's all a complete chaotic mess, as you might imagine. It's been tossed around in an airplane, so if it seems disorganized, it didn't start that way, or maybe it did. Unclear. One of the things that I did while at Disney World was I went to Uniqlo. I believe it's a portmanteau of unique clothing, which would suggest Uniqlo, but in Japanese you don't put stress in any syllables, so it would be more of a Uniqlo. I don't know. Anyway, they have an ongoing Keith Haring collaboration, and I've loved Keith Haring ever since I saw a documentary about him in art class in the 5th grade, so I'm always very excited when I see his stuff. I picked up this t-shirt that's got his little signature dog and then a bunch of people in his style of art, and this is actually clothing hack. This is actually a children's 910. I enjoy the way it sits on my hips as opposed to a regular t-shirt, which goes down lower, and I don't find to be as flattering. So depending on your proportions, that might work for you. This is a child's 910, so if you think that that might be feasible, be sure to check out the children's section of Uniqlo as well, because they have a bunch of Disney t-shirts of the Disney Springs version. You might find some stuff that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. Here's my laptop bag. I already pulled my laptop out to use it, but it also has my bibs. I need to hang those up on my bib thingy. I got my bag full of sparkle athletic bows. These actually worked really well. In grand me tradition, I did not test them in advance, but I looped the bands around my bun and put the bow underneath of it. A lot of people like to put it over top, but I think underneath looks nice. Works both ways. And they were great. I used one each day. You can see in my race photos, which I'll be slowly dripping on YouTube, but also, not YouTube, on Instagram, but also they'll be in my recap posts. I'm not sure when I'll be posting this, might be before, might be after, but check ferrisrunofall.com, they'll be there. My What's This sweatshirt. Got this from H&M a couple years ago. 2 years ago, I think. It's got What's This all the heck over it, including the sleeve. And I use that both as a sleep hoodie because I get cold easily, and also I checked a bag and wore it after the marathon because it was really good running weather, but I was worried about getting chilly afterward. And I wore it the whole time, no regrets there. The Spaceship Earth leggings that Kate and Erica wore. They're from Hawaiian Pizza Apparel, I believe. I was Figment, and they were Spaceship Earths of various types. I thought it was pretty cute, especially since we ended up wearing these for the 10K. We were originally going to do the 5K, but because of the weather and some corral circumstances and such, we decided to switch it up. Erica and I got pictures of Spaceship Earth, and it was really cute. Here's a sports bra. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Here's my box of masks. Ooh, I bought these Pro compression socks, which are inside out and therefore rather unsightly, but I actually got them at the expo because I turned around and I saw that Erica was looking at Pro compression socks, and they had one of those deals going where if the more you buy, the cheaper they are individually. So if you bought 5, you could get them for $90. So I volunteered to go in with Erica on that. I threw her a $20 bill and that was that. So I bought these for an upcoming race costume, but I ended up using them because, again, the the weather was all squirrely. Like, you sort of saw it coming, but also it was wiggly as well. So I ended up using this for my Berlioz costume. I've got this Girlfriend Collective set. This is the sports bra that is a part of it. And then I also have the leggings with pocket, of course, because I don't buy stuff without pockets anymore. It's not how I live. But I used this for my Figment costume. You would have been able to see the sports bra, but it was so freaking cold that morning that I ended up wearing like 3 layers, which was almost overkill, but given the way that we kind of walk around the 10K, that there were circumstances involved. It'll all be explained in the blog. This actually worked out with the leggings and such really well. Here's the 5K shirt, which I wore for the 10K as one of those aforementioned extra layers. Pajama shirt, not that interesting. Everything's rather wrinkly, but we're just gonna pretend that's not happening. Do you iron as you unpack? Probably you do. You're a better person than I am. These are the pants that I wore for the marathon. They're Victoria's Secret Sport, but I got them like 10 years ago. They're really old. I would actually like more of them because they're my favorite running pants, but I'm just scared now because it's been such a long time. I don't know if they're even the same. We were all leaving our Run Disney snack boxes behind because Kate did 3 races, Becky did 1 race. We collectively had a bunch of snack boxes and I was just sort of rating them at the end because I use these honey stinger waffles. I don't really use them during the race anymore because I use untapped syrup packets. I really love those. Not sponsored, just a fan. I might even do a post about them because they work so well for me. They might work for other people, but going back to these, I do like to eat the honey stingers before a race. So I was just running through and pulling all of them that I could. And I think 1 or 2 of these I brought myself as well. I always keep mine and I end up putting either dirty laundry or running sneakers or things of that nature. So I have a bin full of these. They do get used. Ooh, here's my Cake-Worthy Lock, Shock, and Barrel sweatshirt that I freaking love. And I ended up wearing this at the expo when I went back the second time after the 5K. We wound up doing Lock, Shock, and Barrel for the 5K instead, again because of weather and corral matching issues. And the response was pretty good. I think people like those costumes. Ooh. This has bits of Becky's compression calf sleeves in the Velcro. Something to remember her by, but I need to remember to throw this away properly so that my cats don't eat it. This is a Sprints hat that I actually bought at the expo because going back to the weather, it was supposed to rain during the half and by God it did. So I added this last minute to my Berlioz costume and I regret nothing. I think the lighting is reflective because in all my photos it looks gray in person, but in my photos it comes up white. So that'll be good for night running, morning running, things of that nature. I bought one of these, a Sprints hat, for the Marine Corps Marathon last year, and I worked for like 12 hours straight. I put it on in the morning and didn't take it off till I got back, and it was super comfortable. I really enjoy these. Again, not sponsored, just something I like. Ooh. Here is my mayor hat that I used for my marathon costume. People seem to like that one as well. It might actually be my most well-received race costume yet. It'll be a tough one to chop. This is by an Etsy creator called Pearls and Tulle. Tulle? T-U-L-L-E. As a ballerina, you'd think I would know this, but here we are. I will link that creator down below, but it also occurs to me to say that I'm not planning on linking all the products. I did in my first video because that was a haul, but I'm not, this isn't really like a haul or a selling you stuff type video, and that's not really the vibe I'm going for. That being said, if you would prefer that I include links, then let me know. Definitely soliciting feedback of all kinds. Here's the tank I used for Berlioz, just a gray tank. Gloves that I used for a couple of races because it was a chilly weekend. Not as bad as it was in 2017. That was the coldest one that I've experienced, but it was chillier than not. Here are some sparkle sleeves that I ended up not using. I was gonna use them for Figment, but as I said, it was cold and I wore 2 layers and a jacket, and didn't end up taking anything off. I was getting kind of warm to the end, but never to the point where I needed to strip. So arm warmers were not required, but Kate ended up using them for her Marie costume because the half marathon was warmer. So it did not go to waste. Another sports bra, not that interesting. Here's a throwaway that I didn't end up using. That's scuba material, not scuba, but it's like wetsuit material. It's a surf top that Pat no longer uses. So he's always like, it'll be too insulating. And I say, you don't know that. I get cold really easily, but it didn't end up needing it because I didn't throw away one of my throwaways the first time. So I just recycled it. But this will go back into the rotation. Ooh, more race shirts. Haven't used these yet. 10K shirt. This will be the half. No, this is the Dopey challenge shirt. I'm not really feeling the yellow myself, at least in regards to the traditional purple green, but you know. The first time I did Dopey, it was a really rich forest green, and I still have that shirt. They were nice the first time I did Dopey. Shirts are good. These aren't bad either. What is this? Oh, this is the shirt that I picked up from Uniqlo from two nights? A couple nights before the marathon, because again, with the weather being what it was, I ended up shifting ideas around, and I love this shirt. It's their Airism. I got it from, if you are on the first floor of the Uniqlo at Disney Springs, I guess if the cashiers are directly in front of you, the athleisure athletic section is on your right, and it's near like puffer coats and stuff like that. And they had a bunch of these. I love them. I would have gotten more in different colors, except that I sweat a lot when I run, so I just sweat through the colors, and that is the tragedy of my life, alas. They run a little big in my opinion. I got this in extra small and it worked great, and I am usually more of a small. I mean, it's athletic, like spandexy, so it probably can accommodate a lot of different sizes, but something to consider if you're not sure. Here's another bag with the Scotch tape I used to reinforce my mare mask. We'll get to that. And they now are doing, it seems like, individual. They used to be if you bought beer, you could reuse your cup. It still is, you can reuse your cup for a discount, but it used to be the same cup every year. So Becky very smartly would bring hers back, but they've wised up to that. At least it seems they have, because this year it was weekend specific, which I don't totally hate, because I mean, that's fun. You get a souvenir. I like it. But yeah, it does mean that you're gonna have to splash out every time. What are you gonna do? Wash it. I need to wash it. That's what I'm gonna do. Another bag with a pile. Oh, here's something interesting, I think. I didn't really get that much in the way of race merch because most of the race merch really is gone within like the first hour of the expo, and I was not there. But that's okay because I saved a fair amount of money, which is something. I did get this water bottle crossbody bag. It's got insulation for your water bottle, which is fun, and several compartments. There's a side zipper and then these two compartments in the front, so you can put a phone, credit card, things of that nature. I think this will be really useful for Puerto Rico in particular because one is always needing to hydrate in the heat around here. So I'm happy with this purchase. What else we got? Oh, here's my makeup bag, which is part of the reason I'm not currently wearing any makeup. Another reason is because I'm unpacking a suitcase, and I feel like makeup isn't really strictly necessary for that, right? It's my face, you'll get used to it. Here's leggings I used for Berlioz. Here's this year's ears for the marathon. They started doing this in 2018, and I thought it was special because it was an anniversary year, but they've been doing it every year since, so I guess it's the new normal. I will say, they do seem a little flimsier than the ones that you would actually buy in the gift shop. I could be imagining that. I don't really have that many of these style ears. I usually buy the headbands, so I could be making that up, but that's my unprofessional assessment. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Here's the fake shirt that I used for the mayor. I clipped my little spider there. We'll find him. Oh, little reusable bag from when I bought my hat. Here's my mayor pin. Oh, medals. Here's the half. Here's the 10K. They all do wiggly things, which to be honest, I kind of am of two minds about because it makes them more susceptible to breakage, but you know, it's cute. Here is the 5K. I haven't taken the other two out of the packaging. I just put my Dopey medal on. Here is Goofy. Here is the marathon. Dopey, I'll have to go get, hold on. Because I wore Dopey home on the airplane. Because of course I did. But I'll go grab it so that I can have a completionist moment. Here we go, here's Dopey. And he actually, there's like a magnet on top and he opens up. These are heavy. These are heavier than I remember in the past. I am not unconvinced that collectively the other metals didn't add like 4 pounds to my suitcase. So we know that Disney isn't skimping there. Here's a thermal top that I used to layer a couple times. Here's another race shirt. This one's Goofy. Then here's the half marathon shirt. The scarf that I used for Berlioz because he's got the little, he doesn't really have a bow. He's got sort of, could be a ribbon that's just not tied off, but I used it for Berlioz. And actually a cast member recognized me, even divorced from the other Aristocats. She knew I was Berlioz. I was very impressed. I didn't think that without Marie, anyone would really be able to recognize the other Aristocats, but I was wrong. My barrel tank, actually a little bit too realistic for barrel, but it worked. I was recognizable. Here are some black arm warmers that I don't think I ever use. I was originally going to use them the mayor, but I felt like it was too chilly, so I got that long sleeve shirt instead. Here's all my sparkle skirts. Got a big old stack of them. Got purple for Figment, red for Berlioz, white for Beryl, and Nightmare Before Christmas. Technically Jack Skellington, but I used it for the mayor because the mayor has Bridget Ray has a pinstripe suit, so I figured it worked, both thematically and to the movie. Here is a shirt that I cut the mayor's shirt out of, so it's essentially scrap material. I was gonna recycle it, but then I thought it could be useful again, so I brought it back with me. Here's my Lion King Remember Who You Are sweatshirt. I really like that, which I wore with, where are you? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Which I wore with this skirt, which is an outfit I put together a solid 4 years ago. I actually have a blog post in which I assemble this precise ensemble in 2020, 2021. I'll link it below. But it's sort of a very specific weather type that it works for, and I finally got lucky. A tank top I didn't end up wearing, haha. A Skims maxi dress that I wore to California Grill, and I wore my mayor flannel over it. Once again, doing some themed dressing since I was the mayor that morning for the marathon. I like it. I have to hang that one up. A white t-shirt that I wore with my Kissing Mickey Minnie jeans. Love it. The only thing about these is that if you're wearing them to like a restaurant or something, when you're sitting at the table, no one can see them. So it's not necessarily the most impactful outfit, but I love it. I've got a set that's houndstooth that I use for Beryl because it's the closest thing I have to herringbone, which I thought was funny, except that it's not really a pun because this isn't herringbone, but you know, whatever it takes to get there. My running shoes, these are the Brooks Hyperion Max, the first iteration. I have the regular Hyperion 2 that I'm going to start using after taking a couple weeks off because I think that's what my body needs. Some KT tape for obvious reasons. Just some extra athletic stuff. I got the short sleeve version of the same Uniqlo top because I figure it'll be useful going forward potentially. We're getting toward the bottom. Another crop shirt. I was gonna wear this for the mayor as well, but obviously I did not need it. Another race shirt. This is the last one. It's for the marathon. I thought the designs were cute this year. I did not like the 90s version of 2023, but I think I was very, that was the unpopular opinion. Most people really seem to like it. Ooh. Had to give this to Pat the back scratcher. I got this at Homecoming. It comes in their, oh gosh, I mean, the drink is a back scratcher, but they call it something else, something about the itch. But Pat specifically requested that I bring him back one of these because he got one last time he came with me to Disney, and he wants to be able to double fist back scratching. So took one for the team, let him pick my drink from afar. Ooh, my mare's a little worse for wear, but I carried this on the marathon course. Didn't actually use this side as often as I anticipated I might, which is nice. But I had both options. That is everything. Oh, nope. Goofy challenge luggage tag. Cute. What is this? Trying to keep all my receipts together. For my pretzel. Because I want to do a blog post where I tally up all of my costs for doing Dopey so that people can get an idea of how expensive it is before they take the plunge. It's definitely not cheap, but there are ways to mitigate costs. So I'll be going into that as well as tallying what I actually spent. So I'll be keeping my receipts. You go there. Gotta go unzip the top bit. Got some stickers at the expo. They usually hand these out. Brought some ears. Got my yellow ones. These are one of my favorites. And then I also brought Figment because I used that for my 10K race costume. That's right. Oh, and I also have Berlioz ears. What's in this bag? Oh, just scissors and more honey stinger, ibuprofen, things of that nature. Socks, underwear. Oh, the leg warmers I use for Figment. And I have these. These are cat toys. But we pinned them to our costumes when we were Lock, Shock, and Barrel for the 5K. Is there anything interesting in here? I mean, I have other stuff, but it's, you know, toiletries and things of that nature. I don't think you really are all that interested in hearing about what toner I brought, but maybe you are. I don't know. Let me know if so, and I can do, you know, I could do a makeup bag. I could do toiletries. I could do all sorts of things. The possibilities are theoretically endless. Ooh, one more thing. It's in my plain bag. Put it in my little TSA Ziploc bag, and they did not flag it. They're probably used to it by now. Poor Orlando International Airport. All those medals coming through at once. They're probably resigned to it by now. So yeah, I think that's where we're gonna put a pin in, no, not put a pin in, where we're going to put a stop to this video. I am still trying out this YouTube thing, kind of getting a feel for it, having a little fun. Hopefully you're better at catching things than I am, and also hopefully you're having fun too. If you have any thoughts or opinions on my content or delivery, or have a topic you'd like me to cover, I am definitely still in the soliciting feedback mode, so please do let me know, and see you next time.